Josh Silveira. It's been a process. It's been a growing, long process to get to this point, but he is now in the PFL Championship, which is November 24th. Amazing. He is just an incredible athlete, incredible human being as well. We'll get to that a little later too, because I think it's important. But now this big fight is coming up. We're at American Top Team where he trains. His dad, Conan, legendary. Dad helps out, but this is Josh's journey, of course. And now we're getting to this point. And last year at PFL, first year there, he makes the semifinals. This year, he is in the finals. Last year, you replaced Shoeface, your American Top Team teammate, because then he got injured, and he's been a former PFL champion. And I'm curious now, how are you looking at this fight and bringing back the championship in the light heavyweight division to American Top Team?
Yeah. So a little bit from last year to this year. Last year, I suffered a couple of bumps in the road. I missed the first round fight. It was kind of like I was in the PFL season, but there was a couple things happening. You know, I was reserved. Shoeface got hurt. I got replaced. So I did get a lot out of that first season, but I didn't feel like I did the whole season. Unlike this season, you know, this 2023 season has been very long, but a good growth. You know, it's almost comparable to like a wrestling season in a weird way, where you're not wrestling every weekend, you're not fighting every weekend, but you have a fight lined up every 2 to 3 months. You know, this is gonna be my 4th fight this year, and as tired as I am and stuff, I feel great. I feel like the process of the growth, winning each fight to get to where I need to, it's like this one gigantic, intense warm-up, right? Where you're constantly in the gym, working out, but the main goal is not to get hurt. You know, you have a fight coming up, you know, you have a lot of stuff on the line. And American Top Team is a gym where you could find that quality of training where you're not trying to kill each other's head, kill each other, tear each other's head off, things of that nature. So it's just really training, staying focused, and getting to the fight. You know, just prepping myself for that war. And whatever happens in there happens, you know. But we were super focused this season, and we got one more to go, man. You know, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
This is something because in the PFL semifinals, you get PFL regular season and then semifinals and championships if you make the semifinals. And Josh has done that, and now he's in the championship. I do want to go back just a little bit to that semifinal against Ty Flores, because when you're in a fight like that, are you thinking like, because the knee put him out, and then just knee, boom, he's down, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Is that a game plan type of thing, or no, that's just something that organically happens because you see an opening?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of organic, you know, just letting the fight develop. I think I've seen it so many times as a kid growing up, because I'll be honest, that was my first time doing something like that, you know, so it was kind of surprising for me, surprising myself, but it just goes to show how important, not just training, quality training is very important, you know, where I've simulated that so many times in practice, doing it on a bag or drilling it with somebody, where those knees, man, I go back to the replay still till today, and I'm like, holy crap, that was me. You know, I didn't, you know, never really, in a million years, this, you know, Florida State wrestler would be throwing, you know, 6 knees in a row, but what a way to end that fight, what a way to put that in my highlight, my resume, you know. I think that was a perfect boom to go into the finals, you know. So.
It really is great. And then Impa's there because he had won his fight, and then you have a little face-off to get everybody hyped up for the championships and all. Respectful, shaking the hands. Can you tell us what was said between you guys?
So he didn't say much. All I said to him was, you know, you have what I want. I got what you want, and we want to change our families' lives. I know you do too. May the best man win. You know, this is normal for me, man. I love this life. At the end of the day, that's exactly how that fight. That's what MMA is. You have what I want, I have what you want. Let's fight over it. May the gods decide, or whatever way you want to chop it up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You know, I could tell he was a little intense. But like I said, you know, fight's in November 24th. Let me enjoy this a little bit. We'll get back to the intense training, stare downs, or whatever.
When that comes up, right? When that comes up. Although I got to say, Josh, of course, I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you, Josh. But I did like the hat he had on. I did. I don't know, Josh. I'm just saying. I don't know why, but I did like the hat.
The cowboy for a little bit. Texas got the better of him.
But again, okay, don't want to focus totally on all that, but I do have to ask this because he's training at Sanford MMA, and we're an American Top Team, award-winning facility, great fighters, great coaches.
Yeah.
When that happens, does that add a little more to it or not necessarily?
I think it adds a little bit too for the coaches and guys like Dan Lambert and stuff like that, you know, and I get a kick out of it. I know it's a huge fight for myself, for my gym. Of course I have that in the back of my mind, but like I said, man, this is my life, man. I was MMAing around before American Top Team, you know. Valley 2, though, I knew this was going to be part of my life before all that, you know, and when I go in there, it has to be very clear-minded. But of course, I want to kick his ass, you know, because we're ATT, they're Hillcliff now, or Stanford, whatever name they're always changing their names, you know. And I got respect for their gym and stuff, but yeah, man, this is like warriors. They're warriors. Come out and play, you know. This is the same stuff. This is the gang stuff, you know. And of course, I think no better finals would have been set up the way it should have been. This is basically almost perfect, right? Killclip versus ATT. Bragging rights, $1 million. I know Dan is like, please, man, do it for the team, you know. And I am, man. I'm proud. I'm a proud ATT for life. So
you are.
It'd be great.
You are, and so many other fighters. I spoke to Pedro today. I see you working out with Johnny Eblin, the Bellator middleweight champ, and amazing there. And he's helping others as well. It really is a team atmosphere, and you all, men and women, helping each other get ready for fights. For you, do you already have a set plan of who's getting ready, who you're going to have to get ready for this fight, or just whoever's around? Hey.
I know Johnny has a fight coming up, so I'll probably help him out because he needs a southpaw, and just working with him is already, you know, the way he, you know, you train with Johnny Eblin, I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel good in your fight. But I might throw a couple other people in there. Austin Vanford, you know, kind of similar size to Impa. If I could take him down, I'll for sure be able to take Impa down. Maybe Dalton when he comes back. Dalton Ross.
Hercules,
man. He has a big fight coming up, so I'll be rooting him on. But if he comes safe and sound, I'll probably ask him to grace me with the training or two. But yeah, man, just some tough, hard-nosed wrestlers that's ready to, you know, get me ready for a 5-rounder. This is a 5-rounder now, so, you know, that plays a big factor.
It does, going from the 3 to the 5. So this is, I mean, and this is the real deal. PFL Finals, November 24th. It's going to be amazing. We're going to see champions. We're going to see each winner win $1 million. And of course, everybody's going to ask, what? So I should too. I'm just curious, Josh, do you get ahead of yourself or no, thinking about, okay, I win the $1 million, I got to do this, I want to get this, or put in the bank, or do that, or something?
Yeah, of course.
Are you buying Dad something? Are you buying Dad something? That's what I want to know. Mom too.
Sure, yeah, Dad and Mom will. I'll definitely have to be more specific about what I'm giving them. I don't know if just like a stack of cash is something that's smart to give them. Maybe open up like 2 nice big old credit cards for them, you know, and then that way I'm working on my credit a little bit, or whatever they want to do. But they're for sure gonna get you know, something nice, you know, or they're gonna for sure get rewarded, you know, probably the best that any fighter has ever rewarded them, you know. And it's okay, you know, let me be the guy to do that, you know, let me be the son. Nothing against my siblings, but, you know, I'm going to have y'all beaten the best rewards to give back to parents. And that's the least I could do, man. 2 foreign parents from Brazil come here with a little bit of less than nothing in their pocket, and, you know, I wouldn't have been here doing what I'm doing my dad didn't make that trip from Brazil, and my mom, you know, didn't make that trip either, working hard. So they did more than what $1 million could probably do, you know?
It's amazing, yes.
Yeah.
Totally agree with all of that. And it's just me, a couple of questions get you out of here. I appreciate your time as always. And I'm curious because you win your semifinal bout in the PFL with those amazing knees. And then after in the post-fight interview, something near and dear to your heart. And I watched and I was like, and I saw the movie, by the way. I did go see the movie about a month, maybe a month ago. Yes. Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to, how did that touch your heart? Because it was about kidnapping of children and slaving and human trafficking, and all this was very bad. It was, the movie told a very, and it was a real true story, by the way. True story, by the way. But
So basically, you know, I've always known that stuff was around. I was super big into researching, like, back in the day it was called Invisible Children, and it was in Africa with Joseph Kony and militia, gang militia, military militia, and stuff like that. So I've always known that was around. But, you know, growing up, you know, you have your life that you live, you know. We're fortunate enough in this country, or fortunate enough from around the world, to have great parents. Some kids do. Some kids aren't blessed enough with great parents. Some kids aren't blessed enough with amazing things around them. You know, sometimes they are the product of their environment. You know what I mean? So kind of growing up, I always knew that type of stuff was happening, especially since my family's from Brazil. So I've always knew, you know, this type of, you know, it's basically slavery in a way. And it's a sad thing, you know, and it's not the politest conversation. You know, who wants to talk about kids being kidnapped and
all the things they have to go through and everything.
It's almost, you know, it's almost kind of like world hunger in a way. Like, I really wish I could end it. I really wish I could give all these kids an opportunity, but it's a frustration thing, you know, and you have to kind of cope with it. So being on ESPN, you know, I noticed that Ray Sefo followed the Sound of Freedom people on Instagram, so that definitely bumped me up more confident, you know, with confidence to say something over that. Because I, you know, as much as I don't really care if somebody cared about not watching that movie, you know, if you have a problem with kids, you know, go screw yourself, because that's just unacceptable in my opinion. You know, you could make many mistakes in life. You could justify killing somebody, and I'm not saying go do that.
No, but, exactly, you're not. I know, but
you know what I mean. But when you mess with kids, it's just like another world of
that's a level nobody should have to go to that level, you know, to do something like that.
And the reason for a lot of these times is because they're innocents, you know, and they can't protect themselves. And unfortunate, you know, it's not the politest conversation, but I felt like with that platform on ESPN, I wanted to make it nice, short and sweet. I didn't want to use heavy words like trafficking and things like that. I wanted to be more about the dream, you know. So I just wanted to focus on just awareness. And a good first step, you know, is a nice Hollywood cinema, you know. Like, that's awesome. You get to take your kids to the film, and it's not going to be the greatest film to watch as, like, emotionally. You know, for the first time in my life, I left the theater quiet, kind of sad, kind of confused, and not just me, the whole theater. So I think it's important that we deal with the harsh reality, because that could come knocking on our door. You know, that could just, you know, that could be America in you know, who knows how long.
It happens here. It happens here. I mean, it's the main star of the film, his true story and all, even goes into that a little bit.
You know, and so if I could just give a first step in spreading awareness, you know, that's a good first step. A good second step is actually doing something. And I'm not a 007 James Bond agent or anything like that, but I do have a buddy of mine that he works with these two charity groups, over these two groups in Miami that work with kids that are survivors of sex trafficking and human trafficking. So I am definitely going to dip my foot into that door and try to do some post recovery trauma, whether it's teaching free lessons of MMA or going there and hearing their story, which is going to be tough for me to hear. But I think spreading awareness is number one. Number two is doing something about it. Where if you're not giving money, which I understand, it's a hard life. If you can't give money, give something else that doesn't have to do with money, you know, and that's going to be time. And I'm willing, man. If I'm going to talk that talk, I'm willing to walk that walk. So, you know, it was a thing I wanted to say right after the movie. You know, I looked at my girlfriend on the way home. I was like, I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to beat this guy's ass, and I'm going to say something nice and short, right to the point. And I think it touched some people, you know. I think it affected them in a way where they're going to go watch the movie. They might have more awareness for their sons and daughters. This was the fight was in Texas, so there was a lot of you know, Mexican
border
migration or their background were Mexicans, and that happens a lot in Mexico, you know. So I think protecting children is a duty for all humans, you know what I mean? And it's the harsh reality, man. It's the harsh reality that we live in.
God's children are not for sale.
Yeah, exactly. God's children aren't for sale. They're meant to have a dream and do whatever the hell they want to do.
Well, unbelievable. Thank you so much for doing that, for sharing that, and helping with that. And we're going to close it with this. So we've got your PFL championship bout November 24th. We got to all watch. We got to see what's going to happen. Josh is going to go out there and do his thing. I got to ask this, though. Sal's got a big LFA fight coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So are you and Sal like going for the same look here with the who could grow the beard the longest, who could grow the hair the longest? What's going on here?
I'm holding on the mullet. You know, Sal has grown the top part of his hair, so he's looking like a samurai out there. You know, but I'll give it to him, man. I think he might have me beaten like that. He could like do things, but me, I'm just looking like Joe Dirt. You know what I mean? The best I could do is put a ponytail up.
So third state, that's hysterical. It does.
You know, the best I could do is a Joe Dirt, but Sal, yeah, he's killing it, man. I can't wait. I've been almost begging for him to go to LFA, and unfortunately for him, he has a bunch of fights drop and people, you know, and but I told him for this LFA fight, they're gonna have, you know, this is the best simulation. For the A-level league, right? LFA is a great simulation. They make you feel, for an organization that doesn't have that much money, they do a great job. You know, they supply the gloves that you need. They give you a fight 7 weeks out, 6 weeks out. It's not no 2-week notice stuff. You're flying out usually to a place. It's not going to be the best place. It'd be like Oklahoma or something. But hey, man, that's a part of fighting, man. Getting on that plane, dealing with that. I'm traveling somewhere to go fight in front of people I don't know. So, you know, all energy to Sal. I can't wait. You know, if I wasn't getting ready for this fight, I probably would want to go check it out. You know, I enjoy going to see some live fights.
Yes, you do. And by the way, double LFA champ, yeah. Josh. He knows what he's talking about, everybody. Yeah. PFL finals, always the best. You, your dad, All-American top team, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.